Did you know? Before your mobile phone cameras there was something like film cameras. Before smartphones. Before digital sensors. Before selfies and social media. There was the click. The wind of the film. The anticipation of the moment you couldn't see until it came back from the lab after being chemically developed and seen on solid paper or projected on screen. This was the world of film cameras. They weren't just tools. They were rituals. You loaded the roll. You took each shot carefully, because you had only 24 or 36 exposures. No previews. No deletes. Every picture was a mystery waiting to be developed. From Polaroids to point-and-shoots to professional SLRs, film cameras ruled the 20th century. They captured wars. Weddings. First steps. First kisses. And standing tall in this world of film, was Kodak. The name on every roll. Every print. Every memory. But what happened next would change photography forever. Tonight we bring you the story of a company that once defined an industry. A name that meant memories. Moments. Magic. That company was Kodak. At its peak, Kodak controlled the global photography market. It sold cameras. It sold film. It developed prints. It had labs across the world. From family portraits to Olympic Games, Kodak was there. The brand was so strong its slogan became iconic. But behind the success a storm was brewing. A moment that could have saved Kodak or ended it. In 1975 that moment arrived. A 24-year-old Kodak engineer named Steve Sasson built a strange device. It had no film. No shutter click. No darkroom process. It was the world's first digital camera.
When I first demonstrated digital photography to the company in 1976, the technology was very immature. And so the questions I got wasn't necessarily how it worked, but why anybody would like this approach to photography. Because it didn't involve all of the conventional thoughts that went with photography for the last 100 years. For example, it didn't involve prints. And they felt that everybody wanted prints. Okay, nobody wanted to view their pictures electronically. Okay, so they allowed us to technically work on it. I've worked continuously in digital photography since 1975 inside of Kodak. I wasn't allowed to tell anybody about it.
In the 1980s and 1990s, companies like Sony, Canon, and Nikon took notice. They invested in digital imaging. They built cameras. They watched consumer behavior shift. People wanted speed, simplicity, instant results. And they were getting it from Kodak's competitors. By the time Kodak launched its first consumer digital cameras in the 1990s, it was already too late. The quality lagged. The strategy was unclear. The vision was missing. Internally, Kodak was still trying to protect its film business. Even as sales dropped. Even as consumer habits changed. Then came smartphones. The iPhone. The Android era. Suddenly every phone was a camera. And every moment could be captured, shared, and stored in seconds. Kodak couldn't keep up. The company that once led innovation had become a follower. In 2012 it filed for bankruptcy. Thousands of jobs were lost. Billions in value evaporated. So what you have in hand now is a Kodak history.